Right, guys, before we jump into the video, I want you to do two things for me very, very quickly. I want you to like this video and subscribe to this channel.
Simple.
Do it right now. Do it right now.
It's really, really simple. Just before we start, like this video and subscribe to the We Talk Football podcast.
Legends, and let's jump in. Yes, people, yes, people, yes, people. Welcome back to the We Talk Football podcast. Big game coming up tomorrow. What are you saying, Quakey?
Yeah, excited for it. I don't know. There's no real nerves. Obviously, we don't underestimate Ukraine, but there's no reason why England shouldn't go out there and get the job done against a side that did go to extra time in their previous game. So England should be favourites, our favourites, and I expect us to win pretty comfortably.
Facts. And without further ado, let's jump into our predicted lineup. So here we go, Kwaku. As you guys can see, we're staying true to the 4-3-3, and we think this is the best formation that we can play against Ukraine. Whether Gareth Southgate chooses to play this and makes us look like fools, who knows? But let's start with goalkeeper. I mean, arguably our player of the tournament so far. I'm pretty sure it's going to be unanimous for me and Kwaku here, but Jordan Pickford has to go in there. There's little we can say, right?
Yeah, no, he's been amazing, great tournament keeper, deserves to keep his place, and yeah, I think he's changed a lot of people's opinions on him.
Again, yeah, and I feel like the back four really does pick itself at this point, just from the way they've been playing. For me, my centre back partnership would be Maguire and Stones. Yeah, Maguire and Stones.
Can't disagree with that. Harry Maguire, both of them had incredible games. Harry Maguire got given man of the match by some outlets for his performances against Germany, and I think it was well deserved. Played really well. There's no more questions about his injuries anymore. So yeah, go with that back too.
No, I definitely agree. One thing that we didn't mention in the last video is I liked how Stones was stepping up and putting a foot in. You know, at high. You know, it was just he did that wonderfully throughout the game. And yeah, played really, really well. Can't slate him or Maguire. Now, right back, Carl Walker.
Nah, so I'm actually like this is I would be more than happy with Carl Walker. I think he's incredible. I think he's one of our only world-class players. This team's very talented, but I think Carl Walker's been playing that level consistently for the last 5 years. But I do think that he might go with Reece James in this one as a right back. I just got a weird feeling about it. I wouldn't begrudge him putting James or Walker there, but I have a feeling he might go with Reece James.
So you want to put Reece James there over Carl Walker?
I'm so easy. If you want to put Carl Walker there, let's put Carl Walker there.
I'll be honest, bro. I as much as I like Reece James,
yeah,
I want to put Carl Walker there just purely because I feel like he's been quietly doing his job very well. Yeah. You know, he's played right back already this tournament. He came into the back three and did an amazing job as well. It's like almost like an unsung hero again.
Yeah.
And I feel like Carl Walker is too good to not pick him.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm putting Carl Walker in there over Reece James.
Yeah. I don't begrudge. I think Carl Walker deserves to be there. I just have a weird feeling that Southgate might play Reece James, but yeah, I think Carl Walker goes in there.
That would generally be a baffling one to me, and I think a lot of fans. I mean, you can't doubt Reece James's ability, but I don't know why you would drop Carl Walker personally. Left back,
Luke Shaw.
Luke Shaw, yeah. Again, Luke Shaw. Okay. So it's the same back four that we went with last video, pretty much. This is what I meant by it being a back four that really picks itself. Now, again, the point of contention. I feel like Rice and Phillips are getting a lot of stick at the moment. Well, they have been over the last few days in terms of them not being as creative, or maybe because we are playing the two holding midfielders, a lot of people are feeling that we're missing out going forward. For me, I actually believe it allows us to, be more creative up the pitch because we have that more defensive fulcrum in the middle of our park that kind of, allows us to play people like Jack Grealish and, Phil Foden and Bukayo Saka, so, yeah, not Bukayo. What's his first name? Bukayo, yeah. I called him, I was thinking of Bakary Sanya. Do you know what I mean? Right. So who are we going with, Quakes?
It's going to be Rice and Phillips, and I feel like they deserve to keep their place in the team. Can't lie, if you keep a clean sheet against a Germany team that maybe aren't what they were a few years ago, but are still potent, and we managed to keep them quiet and only limit them to maybe 2 key chances. I think a big part of that was Rice and Phillips in the midfield holding it down. I feel like the player that we pick as a third player in this midfield in the 4-3-3 will kind of alleviate that offensive responsibility for Rice and Phillips and allow them to do what they do best. I feel like the reason why they may have come into some criticism against Germany was because they were expected to link the defence to the attack, and that's not necessarily what they're best at. So I feel like if we do go for 4-3-3, the third person that we pick in this midfield will allow them to do what they do best, and then that third person can kind of link the midfield or link the defence to the attack.
Okay, now to follow on to that, who is your third man in midfield?
I think it's going to be Mason Mount. I feel like it was wishful thinking. I thought Mason Mount might play against Germany. I think that maybe was me with my Chelsea hat on. But I feel like with the week he's had now to train the squad, to understand the tactics, to understand what Southgate wants to employ, and him being back up to speed, I think the Southgate does really rate Mason Mount. And I think that him going in the midfield with Rice and Phillips just adds that extra dynamic that we need to see us take hold of the game against a team like Ukraine, where we're expected to have more of the ball.
Now, for me, again, it's like I feel like I'm on the other side of the argument now. I'd be happy to put Mason Mount in there, but I actually had Phil Foden in that hole for me personally. I feel like obviously Foden didn't play in the last game. Neither did Mount. They're both going to be hungry to play, especially because Mount's been training away from the team. But yeah, both players have the ability to unlock the Ukraine defense, you would like to think, and would give that more attacking license to the front three that we do end up picking. So I will go with Mason Mount, but I do hope that Phil Foden makes an appearance.
Yeah. I think Phil Foden will have a part to play in this tournament. I just have a feeling that in terms of midfield, if we go over midfield three, we don't know what Southgate's going to play. I think we'd like to see Rice, Phillips, and Mount.
Okay. Now, big man up top picks himself.
Yeah.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin wasn't even in the squad last game, so I'm pretty sure he picks himself. Harry Kane scored an important goal, scored when he needed to.
Yeah.
Said, flung up the middle finger to the big naysayers, saying, who are you? And yeah, there's not much we can say about that. Harry Kane. You said what? 3 goals over his next 3 games, was it?
3 goals over the next couple of games. So if things go to plan, you've got Ukraine, and then it's either Denmark or Czech Republic. I feel like Harry Kane's gonna have a field day against those teams. I expect him to score maybe 1, maybe 2 goals against the Ukraine.
You said that with your chest. You said that with a lot of confidence. I rate it.
I'll be very, very shocked if Harry Kane doesn't get 3 goals over the next 2 games. I'll be very surprised.
Okay. Well, he needs to if he wants to catch up, Romelu Lukaku. Now, right wing. Let's start right wing.
Raheem Sterling's playing. Obviously, been a player of the tournament, boy from Brent. He's again similar to Harry Kane with his goal against Germany. Raheem Sterling from the beginning of the tournament has been silencing his critics. And the one thing that has to be noticed about Raheem Sterling is that he's so strong-minded. His mindset is his biggest strength. Obviously, he's got attributes such as his pace, his ability to dribble, his touch. But his mindset, when people doubt him, he always seems to rise to the occasion. And he scored 3 goals in 4 games. You can't ask much more for one of your star players. So yeah, Raheem Sterling picks himself.
100% again. And now left wing.
I personally think it's time to see Jack Grealish start, but we've said that every single game. We saw Bukayo Saka start, and he did well, but I think he ran out of gas towards the latter stages, and we saw Jack Grealish come on and make an instant impact, get the assist, and just be involved in the other goal as well. So I personally would go for Jack Grealish in this game. I think the whole country would be behind seeing him on the team sheet against Ukraine. And I feel like this is the perfect game for him. We're going to have a lot of the ball. We're going to be expected to attack. So, yeah, Jack Grealish for me.
Okay, yeah. I mean, I would agree. Saka didn't have as much of an impact in the game as he would have liked, of course. Obviously, I would say we played a back 5. The game before we played a back 4. That might have had a slight change in what his responsibilities on the pitch would have been. I think Saka played really well with the back 4. But again, like yourself, I feel like Jack Grealish came on and I don't want to say changed the game, but he did change the game. He unlocked that he started the pass through for sure to make the pass for our first goal, and then obviously whipped the ball into Harry Kane to score the second one. So he got the pre-assist and the assist. So I wouldn't even be mad if Southgate decided to put Grealish in front of the 2 attacking. In front of Rice and Phillips, and gave him that more attacking license in the middle of the park, so he can slot the balls through. And then we maybe played Saka on the left, but I can't see him doing that because I feel like he'll want someone that. Not saying that Jack Grealish doesn't contribute defensively, but I feel like Mason Mount and Phil Foden might contribute more defensively than what Jack Grealish does. So having someone in the middle of the park that can essentially fulfill both criteria, I imagine, will lead to Gareth Southgate picking one of the two. But yeah, if we're going to pick anyone at left wing and it's not Saka, it's got to be my man, Jackie Grealish.
Yeah. One thing I will say is that I know everyone's calling now for Jadon Sancho, and he's got his move fund to Manchester United. I feel like we're going to see him get extensive minutes in this game. I feel like if we're comfortable and it's about the 50th, 60th minute, I feel like we are going to see Jadon Sancho get an extended run out, which would be fun to see.
Yeah, well, the move looks to be finalised now, and maybe that's something that's been in the back of Gareth Southgate's mind, like you mentioned in previous videos. But yeah, it's you would like to see Sancho get a chance, but ultimately there's not much we can complain about so far. Sterling's done an incredible job. He's been arguably our best player other than Jordan Pickford, really. So if Sterling needs a rest, maybe bring on Jadon Sancho, but yeah. there's a few players that have had barely any minutes. I don't think Dominic Calvert-Lewin's come on yet, and he's had a great season for Everton. Bellingham's had barely any chance. He's had another great season. I think he played the first game, but he's had barely any opportunities since.
Yeah.
I don't think Ben Chilwell's played. So there are a few players in the squad. I feel like if we are looking leggy at any point, it would be good to kind of get these players coming in. And fulfilling some sort of role. But that's our starting 11, guys. What do you think about it? So just to run through it, I think the back four and the goalkeeper pick themselves. They've been outstanding so far. Pickford, Maguire, Stones, Walker, and Shaw. Quakey wanted Reece James in there, but I've strong-armed him into picking Walker. Holding again, we've gone with the geezer, the top man, Declan Rice. The Yorkshire Perlo in Calvin Phillips. Mason Mount in the middle, Grealish left, Raheem Sterling, the boy from Brent, on the right, and Harry Kane up top. So yes, Kwaku, where can they find us?
So you can find us on YouTube, We Talk Football Podcast. Make sure you like this video and subscribe to the We Talk Football Podcast on YouTube. We are gradually growing and we are bringing you more videos every single week. So make sure you keep your eyes peeled for those. You can find us on Instagram at We Talk Football Podcast, on Twitter at WTF Podcast 90. We're on Apple Music, we're on Spotify. So make sure you check us out, and we'll be back with more videos very, very soon.
Cheers, guys. And we are bringing back the long form interviews. So watch out for Spotify over that on the next few weeks. Cheers and catch you next time.